now we're back to part two of my older adult interview. Uh, Last we talked, we were discussing the achievements of Mr. P pre his military career. Because it's confidential of what he did because of the classification, I cannot get into the details of what he did during his military, other than um, he did a lot of amazing things that continue to just blow my mind. So what I'll do now is I will focus on his post-military career and how he found a mission after the military, because I know how important that is in the transition. As I mentioned before, he got a job as a postal worker, and he wanted to do more than just put the mail in people's mailboxes. He wanted to deliver smiles, as corny as that sounds. He wanted to go out of his way to make sure that, or he would go out of his way, not that that would be a goal of his, to ensure that people would smile. He went in to discuss how he had a person on his route that appeared to be rather cantankerous, but he would always say, "Hello, how are you? I hope you have a good day." And Mr. P went on to tell me that after months of daily, "Hello, how are you? Hello, have a good day," he would just, the man that he was delivering the mail to would just grumble or grunt. But after, I believe Mr. P said 6 weeks, he said hi back. And that is an achievement. It is, and anyone that's ever worked with someone that's cantankerous can attest to that. He still continues that mission today. He's a part-time employee at a local grocery store, and he likes to, make sure that other customers are taken care of. He'll go above and beyond what is asked of him to ensure that the customers that come into the grocery store are not just getting food there, they're getting an actual service. He feels like he wants to serve people. And that goes into my first article, my first Integrity and Despair, where the individuals had a reflection of their lives, and those who are the researchers, Hearn and the team, predicted in the study that the individuals who had more of a self-worth and a self-value of life would do better and live a better lifestyle than those that lived with despair. And this is a key factor. Mr. P's life choices and positive mental attitude can also be fit by the study done by Perry and company in 2014, where they took the Erik Erikson's excuse me, tickle, applying his wisdom to self-management practices of older adults. And this is where the team took a survey and saw that older individuals who guided on their own practices growing up and were able to control themselves better, and they were able to have better self-management skills, whereas others that were more dependent on other people. And Mr. P trusts his instincts and relied on his training and experiences on every stage that he's been in. He's in general good health and is competent in his abilities, and he does not allow and does not want others to have control over him, and is open as an integrated person, and is positive about himself, which can also go into Mr. Hearn and company study where integrated individuals, those who had more life worth, would better be able to socialize more often and be helpful and have a lot of high self-esteem and social maturity. And that is, again, Mr. P to a T. His ideals and his nature are just very commendable. And the other practice I want to try here is the other theory is existential perspective. And this tells us about how, although Mr. P grew up in a questionable manner in an abusive household, he, like his father before him, he could have turned that into bitterment and anger, but instead turned it into a more positive learning experience and continues to work on having control over his own life. And the problem with existential theory is it's defined differently. It's very difficult to give a solid definition, and it varies by the social worker's creed or motto or how that they live their life. So it's difficult to share. And that is all I have. As you can see, the references are right here. And I want to thank you for taking the time out. And I hope I didn't bore you too much. Have a good day.